Welcome to another episode of Episodic Cognition, where we explore the fascinating world of human cognition and evolution. I'm Nuha.
And I'm Tuğçe. Today we are diving into the intriguing concepts of mental time travel and the evolution of language. Noah, have you ever thought about how our ability to think about the past and future might have shaped who we are as humans?
Absolutely, Tuche, is a fascinating to think about. We will uncover how this ability, known as mental time travel, has shaped our species and explore the theory behind the development of language. We will also discuss the hypothesis that mental time travel may have preceded and contributed to the origin of language.
Well, that sounds exciting. We will dive into various theories, including those from researchers like Thomas Sedendorf, Michael Corballis, and Noam Chomsky. Well, ready to dive in?
Yep, let's get started.
So, Noah, let's start by defining some key terms. Imagine being able to replay a cherished memory from your childhood or plan a detailed future event like a wedding or a career move. This remarkable ability is called mental time travel.
Exactly. Coined by researchers Thomas Sudendorf and Michael Corballis, mental time travel refers to our capacity to mentally project ourselves backward in the time to relive past experience and forward to anticipate future scenarios. Tuche, why do you think that this ability is unique to human?
Well, the theory posits that mental time travel has given humans a significant evolutionary advantage. And by being able to foresee, plan, and shape future events, we have been able to adapt to changing environments and create complex social structures. It's like having a superpower for survival and reproduction.
Absolutely. So this forward-thinking capability allow us to learn from past mistake, anticipate potential threat, and seize opportunity, and is closely linked to the evolution of language. Tuche, can you explain how?
Sure, language allows us to communicate our thoughts, experiences, and plans with others, and facilitating social and cultural transmission. This ability to discuss past events and future possibilities enriches our social interactions and also collective knowledge.
So researchers like Sudendorf and Corballis suggest that the emergence of language and mental time travel might be interconnected. As our ancestors developed the ability to mentally travel through time, they needed a way to share this experience and plan with others.
This necessity likely drove the development of more sophisticated communication systems, eventually leading to the complex languages we use today. But how did this communication start? So, for this, let's first talk about pantomime.
So, pantomime involves using gesture to represent action or object, providing a way to convey complex narrative non-verbally. So, this was more expressive and flexible than basic animal calls, allowing for the communication of more detailed and varied information.
And over time, these gestural signals could have become more standardized and symbolic, paving the way for spoken language. And this gradual process ties into Darwinian gradualism, the idea that complex features evolve through small, incremental changes over long periods.
So, our ancestors' use of pantomime might have been a crucial intermediary step. As they became better at mental time travel, they need more suitable way to communicate their thought and plans, leading to the evolution of language.
It's fascinating how these simple gestures could evolve into the complex languages we speak today.
Right, so let's dive into theories of evolution of language. Tuche, what do you know about Noam Chomsky perspective?
As I know, Chomsky argues for what he calls the single step evolution of language. He suggests that language evolved in a single, rapid step rather than a gradually. Imagine A mutation in a single individual around 100,000 years ago that enabled a brain rewiring and leading to the development of internal language, or we can say I language.
Oh wow, that's a fascinating idea. So Chomsky's concept of I language pertain to the cognitive capacity of language, while E language referred to the actual language spoken by people. So he claimed that the primary development was I language with the E language as a secondary outcome. So this is actually quite different from Darwinian gradualism, right?
Exactly. Chomsky rejects the idea that language could have evolved through numerous successive slight modifications. He sees it as a qualitative leap, but Corbelis presents a different view. Noah, can you tell us about his view?
Sure. So Corbelis support the idea that mental time travel and its role in the emergence of language may have a long evolutionary history. So behavioral and neuroscientific evidence indicates that mental time travel is not specific to human but also observed in animal. So for example, rat have shown the ability to remember various episodes despite up to 45-minute interval with no decline in performance.
Well, that's really interesting. Also, additional example for this. Also, great apes can remember specific events like movie sequences they watched despite long time intervals. Also, neuroscientific evidence from brain imaging of the hippocampus reveals that actually rats are equally capable as humans in imagining the past and predicting possible future events.
Oh wow. So basically, based on this evidence, Corbalis argues that mental time travel is not unique to human and does not depend on language. So this suggested that cognitive precursor for human language existed long before the emergence of verbal communication.
And mental time travel may have enabled our ancestors to communicate about the past and future, allowing them to tell stories before the development of verbal language. Noah, how do you think pantomime fits into this picture?
So, pantomime involves using gesture to represent action or object, providing a way to convey complex narrative non-verbally. So, as our ancestors become more better at the mental time travel, they need more sophisticated way to share their thought and plans.
And the transition from pantomime to spoken language likely occurred gradually. While during the Pleistocene epoch, early humans traveled long distances from resources, which required them to engage in more complex thinking on possible future events.
I see. So the tool usage increased the complexity that they had to improve their communication skill more. So they began collaborating and sharing experiences through storytelling, leading to a creation of more complex sequence of communication.
And also, increased brain size and longer postnatal growth periods and new developmental phases may have contributed to the co-evolution of language and mental time travel. This cognitive improvement likely increased their chances of survival.
So this perspective support a more gradual evolution of language through mental time travel and pantomime, contrasting with the Chomsky single step theory. It is fascinating to see how different theories provide different insight into evolution of language.
Well, indeed, Chomsky's theory, while groundbreaking, doesn't account for the gradual, detailed development processes suggested by Corbelis' theory and observed in the behavioral and neuroscientific evidence. This ongoing debate makes the study of language evolution so intriguing.
Absolutely. So each perspective adds a unique layer of our understanding of how language may have developed. So while Chomsky theory emphasized a rapid mutation driven development of language, Corballis' view aligns with more gradual evolutionary process. So this debate highlights the complexity of the language evolution and may have many factors that may influence it.
Well, it's amazing how our understanding of language evolution continues to change as we gather more evidence. The interplay between cognitive abilities like mental time travel and the development of sophisticated communication systems shows how rich human evolution is, where each theory provides us valuable insights into the detailed process of language evolution. So, let's recap some of the main points discussed today. First, we discussed Chomsky's theory of a single step evolution of language and his arguments against gradual modifications. Also, he distinguishes between I language and E language, asserting a rapid emergence of language.
Yeah, on the other hand, Corbalis argue that mental time travel observed in animal may have served as a cognitive precursor to vocal language. So these perspectives support a gradual evolution of language through mental time travel and pantomime.
In conclusion, there is an ongoing debate on how language evolved. Chomsky's theory of a single step evolution contrasts with Corballis' idea of gradual evolution through mental time travel, providing alternative perspectives on the complex mechanisms of language evolution.
Yeah, the evidence from neuroscience and animal behavior enrich our understanding of this process, highlighting the complex and the multidimensional nature of language development. So, the evolution of language remains a debated topic with the Chomsky theory of a single step evolution and Corballis' gradual evolution through mental time travel, offering a different viewpoint.
These alternative perspectives provide a more comprehensive understanding of the underlying complex mechanisms of language evolution. So, we encourage you to further explore this topic and engage in discussions.
We hope you found our discussion on mental time travel and evolution of language thought provoking.
So, thank you for joining us on this episode. So, stay curious.